So last time we were discussing the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Simply, in the Faraday law of electromagnetic induction, what we have learned that you know that the induced EMF E is directly proportional to the rate of change of flux passes through the coil. It means if the flux through the coil is changing with the time, it will generate an EMF in the coil. So this EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change of flux through the coil. So this N is the number of turns of the coil. It means the flux is passing through the each coil and induce the EMF in each coil. So this is known as the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. This negative sign is explained by the Lenz. We call it as a Lenz law. This indicates that the induced EMF, which is produced in the coil, will generate its own magnetic field. So as a resultant, that magnetic field is opposing the cause that is producing it. For example, let's say this is the coil. If we move the magnet, this is north pole, south pole, this is the magnetic line of force passing through the coil. If we move the magnet in this direction, as a resultant, the flux will increase in this direction. So as a resultant, this increased flux, this indicates a EMF in the coil. This is some showing the direction of the induced current. So the current is produced in this direction. So this is the induced current. So this induced current in this case indicates the anti-clockwise or counterclockwise. So now this induced current, according to the Ampere's law and Biot-Savart law, that this induced current will generate its own magnetic field. Because whenever the current is flowing in the wire or the coil, it generates a magnetic field. So this induced current will generate its own magnetic field, which is different from the external magnetic field, which is different from the source. So this induced current will generate its own magnetic field. So how to find out that magnetic field? Grip the wire in the hand, the thumb pointing the direction of the current, and these third fingers indicates the magnetic field. So this is the induced magnetic field. This is the induced magnetic field. So this magnetic field is opposite to the external magnetic field. So this opposed magnetic field is indicating by this negative sign. And this is explained by the Lenz, and we call it as a Lenz law. So the induced EMF will generate its own magnetic field which opposes the cause that is producing it. It is known as Lenz law. So now we are discussing the integral form of the Faraday's law. So what is the integral form of the Faraday's law? Integral form of the Faraday's law. According to the Faraday's law, simply the EMF is equal to minus d phi over dt. This is known as a Faraday's law. So here, this phi is the magnetic flux. This phi n is the magnetic flux. And the magnetic flux is defined as the magnetic line of force passing through a unit area. dA is the area, and integral over dA gives the total area. So this is the magnetic line of force D passing through a unit area. The product of these two gives the magnetic flux. So if we plug in this value in equation number 1, we will get, substitute this value in equation 1, we get EMF is equal to minus d over dt into integral b dot dA. So this is known as an induced EMF. But we know that the current or EMF, as we know that the EMF, this is, let's say, equation number 2, as EMF is equal to, yeah, we call it as the EMF E is equal to the, and we know that this formula is equal to the electric lines multiplied by the distance ds. इसको ds भी आप कह सकते हैं dr. So this E is equal to electric field into the distance. How to get this formula? You know that the EMF E is equal to, or we call it as a potential difference, is equal to work done per unit charge, and the work is equal to force into displacement. Displacement is equal to dr, integral upon charge. This integral over dr gives you total displacement. This force is equal to Q into E into dr divided by Q. So this Q cancels, so EMF is equal to electric lines multiplied by the distance dr. So therefore we have equation number 3. So now if we compare equation 2 and 3, we will get compare equation 2 and 3, we get what we get? Minus d over dt b dot dA is equal to E dot d. We have compared these two equations. B dot dA is equal to E dot dr. So this is known as the integral form of the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, known as integral form of the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. So now we are discussing what is the differential form of the Faraday's law. So now we are discussing the differential form. So in the differential form of the electromagnetic induction, we have, this is the integral. So now we are discussing the differential. So now the differential form of the Faraday's law. This is the equation number 4. So now from equation number 4, if we convert this line integral, this is the line integral, this is one dimensional integral. And one dimensional integral is known as a line integral. So this line integral can be converted into surface integral, because if we look into this side, this is the surface integral and this is the line integral. So this surface integral or line integral can be converted into surface integral by taking the curl of the equation. So using Stokes theorem, on equation number 4, we get integral curl of E. So if we take a curl of E, this is known as a curl of E. This line integral is converted into the surface integral. One dimensional integral is converted into the two dimensional integral, equal to the minus d over dt integral p dot dA. So this integral on both sides is the same, that can be omitted out. So as a resultant, curl of E is equal to minus dB over dt. This indicates that this equation is known as the differential form of the Faraday's law. So we have converted the Faraday's law in its integral form. So now this is the differential form of the Faraday's law. What it tells us? It tells us that the rotation of the electric field is due to the rate of change of magnetic field. It means if we have a coil like that, if we have a wire like that, if the magnetic flux through this wire, if this is the magnetic flux B, through this wire is changing with the time, if the flux passes through this wire is changing with the time, as a resultant, it will create a rotation of the electric field. The electric field will produce in this direction. So this is known as the rotation of the electric field. So this is the rotation of electric field is because of the rate of change of magnetic field. So this is known as the differential form of the Faraday's law. This is known as, this is the differential form of Faraday's law. So now if we conclude this whole story of the Faraday's law, then we must say that the rate of change of magnetic flux passing through the coil produced EMF in the coil. It means now you have both cases. Either the magnet is moved towards the stationary coil. In the same way, the flux passes through the coil will be changed with the time. Or the magnet is at rest and the coil is moving towards the stationary magnetic field. In both cases, the flux through the coil will change. So in this case, the EMF is known as the motional EMF. So now here, if we say that, for example, For example, let's say this is the coil, or instead of coil, if we have a wire, this is the magnet, north pole and south pole. This is the magnetic line of force passing through the coil. So now, if we say that the current through the coil is zero when the magnet and the coil both are at rest. It means if both are at rest, in this case, the EMF passes through the coil is a uniform EMF. So therefore, the induced EMF, the flux passes through the coil will be the uniform magnetic flux. So therefore, the EMF is zero. Here, if we move the magnet, as a resultant, the flux passes through the coil will change with the time, and it will produce EMF in the wire. So now, if the magnet is at rest, now the coil is in a motion, coil is moving towards the magnet. Again, the coil will feel that the magnetic flux passing through the coil. This is known as due to the relative motion. So now we call that EMF is the motional EMF. It means EMF produced due to the motion. EMF, electromotive force. So now here, if we say that this is the magnetic field, this cross indicates that the magnetic field is inside the board. This is the magnetic field. This cross shows that the magnetic field is inside. The x-axis, y-axis, and this is z-axis. X, y, and z. Magnetic flux is and magnetic flux or magnetic field is in the z-axis. That's it. This is the resistor which is connected with this circuit. If we say that this is a piece of wire, this is the piece of wire which is moved with the velocity v in the uniform magnetic field. If we say that the length of the wire is L, L is the length of the wire, L is the length of the wire. So if the wire is moved in the stationary magnetic field, as a resultant, the wire will feel that the magnetic flux through it is changing with the time. And this, if we connect a voltmeter through it, it will show the deflection. The voltmeter shows the deflection. So it means, if we say that this is the distance x, if we move the wire with by doing some work on the wire, as a resultant, the EMF is induced in the wire. So now here, if we say that this wire is a conductor, this wire is a conductor. So it means there are free electrons in the wire. Each electron will experience the force when it moves in the magnetic field. If we say that the magnetic field is inside the board and wire is moved in this direction, and all the electrons which are within the wire is moving with the wire. So how to find out the direction of the force? This is V, the right hand. This is the V. V cross B is the force. V, the B is inside, the force is upward. It means all the electrons will experience the force within the wire, and the direction of force is upward because electron is negative, therefore the direction of the force is in the downward direction. So this is the force, magnetic force on the electrons, and the current is opposite to the direction of the magnetic force. So it means this is V cross B. B is inside. V cross B, it means the force is upward, but due to the negative charge, the direction of the force is reverse. So therefore force is in the downward direction. So it means all the electrons within the wire will experience the force in the downward direction. So as a resultant, the electron moves in the downward direction, which generates a current, and direction of the current is opposite to the flow of electron. We call it as a conventional current. And it means the current is flowing in it. So now this is the complete circuit. The current will flow through this circuit. And this resistor gives the voltage drop over there. So EMF is induced across the resistor. So this EMF is because of the motion of the motion of the wire is known as the motional EMF. Because if we let's say if we stop moving wire, the force F is equal to Q V cross B. This Q is nothing, it is the total number of electronic charges. This is total number of electronic charges. Here, if we stop moving the wire, if the velocity is 0, again the force is 0, there will be no current, there will be no induced. The induced EMF is only produced when the wire is in motion. So here, if it is in a motion, it will experience the force, and force is in the downward direction. Therefore, the current direction is upward, and we call it as a conventional current. So this is known as the force. So now EMF or motional EMF is known as the rate of change of magnetic line of force passing through it. So EMF is equal to minus d phi over dt. EMF is equal to minus d over dt. Phi is equal to b dot dA. dA is the area. This is the area. And this EMF is equal to minus d over dt integral b dot derivative of area is equal to length L into distance x. This is the length. This is the length of the wire, and this is the distance x. अब जब यहाँ पे if we move this wire in this direction, the length will remain same. Only the x will change with the time. So here EMF E is equal to minus d over dt into b. L is constant, so this can be taken out from the integral. This x is equal to, or you may call it like that, b into integral. L is common because it is constant. It is equal to dx over b. So this EMF E is equal to b, and this dl over dx over dt is the velocity. This dx over dt is the velocity, means distance changes with the time. So here the EMF is equal to b, v and L. Negative sign shows because of the induced EMF. This is known as a EMF, electromotive force. So now here from this induced EMF we can find out the current, because by using Ohm's law, I'll write it here. Using Ohm's law, E is equal to I into R. So I is equal to E upon R. So I is equal to E is equal to minus BVL upon R. So this is the current in the wire. This is known as the induced current. The current induced in the wire is equal to this, which is the current flowing through the resistor. So this is I is equal to minus dVL over R. So now here This can be rewrite as the